What's up, millionaires in the making? Welcome back to another episode of the MITM Podcast, where we unlock success daily by journeying through the 6 pillars. I am your host, Tye Aarons, the founder of the MITM Club, and today we're talking about how alignment is harder than motivation. With that being said, run my intro.
Caught up in them bright lights, lusting for shiny things that's golden. Everything ain't always what it seems, let it soak in. Chasing my dreams, coming apart at my seams. Best believe that the money is the motive.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the MITM Podcast. And motivation is emotional. It's crazy. Motivation is so emotional, and alignment, now that is structural. Motivation is a feeling state. It rises and falls with sleep, with stress, with mood and environment. But alignment, it's different. It's the arrangement of your goals, your identity, your systems, and the environment that you default to. You know, they always say you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your systems. When you have alignment, that's literally what's happening. When we look at research in behavioral science, it shows that long-term change comes less from burst of motivation and more from environmental and structural alignment. You got to change your space. You got to align your space with who you want to become. You want to exercise more? Maybe, heck, if you're not going to go to the gym, maybe you have to have some equipment in your house that's right next to the couch. Every time you're there, maybe you start to feel a little bit guilty looking at the equipment staring at you in the face. Or maybe you have to change your house around completely. That's actually one of the things I do. I have low couches to the floor, so I squat every day just getting up and down from my couches, whereas other people kind of half lean or drop into a couch. All right, I have a low bed because I'm aligned with being fit for life, and a part of being fit for life is moving better. And if you have to spend more time on the ground, you will end up moving better for life. I've changed my environment to align with the future and the ideals that I want. Now, research in behavioral science shows that long-term change, it comes from less from bursts of motivation and more from environmental and structural alignment. You can be highly motivated and still fail if your systems are fighting you. Now, motivation pushes, but alignment pulls. Motivation requires constant energy input, but alignment reduces friction. When your calendar, finances, social circle, and routines point in the same direction, behavior becomes easier. When they're conflicting, every action feels less like resistance training, or feels more like resistance training. Cognitive science research shows that humans follow the path of least resistance. If you guys ever seen, you go to a school or you see a field and there's a pathway that's already laid out for people to walk, but it's winding and it's not straight. But then you see that path in the grass of where people are actually walking over and over again, because it's just simpler to walk through the grass than to walk on that winding, weaving trail. It's the same thing with your brain. It's the same thing with your habits. You're going to take the path of least resistance over and over and over again. And when you have the right alignment, or hey, you might even have the wrong alignment, it reshapes that path. Now, misalignment creates hidden energy leaks. People often believe that they lack discipline, but the real issue is structural contradiction. Like, maybe your goals say save money now. I need to save money now. But your environment is saying spend. Your identity is saying, oh, I'm behind where I should be. And the social circle you have normalizes overspending. This internal conflict consumes mental bandwidth. And research on cognitive dissonance shows that misalignment increases stress and reduces follow-through. Like, motivation will burn out faster when your alignment is weak. You got to be aware of who you're spending time with the identity that you choose, with your environment supporting your goals, and actually setting those goals. and being aware of them. Now, alignment requires clarity and trade-offs. They say you can't have your cake and eat it too, unless you just keep on making more cakes. Motivation is cheap, but alignment is expensive. When we start to live a more aligned life, you're forced to ask yourself hard questions. For example, what matters enough to prioritize? What will you say yes to? But more importantly, what will you say no to? Many of us don't have a not gonna do list, and more of us probably need it. What identity are you committing to? Every day that you wake up, you have the opportunity to reinvent yourself. So who are you becoming and who are you today? When you look at the research on goal conflict, it shows people fail not from lack of desire, but from competing priorities they refuse to resolve. Alignment demands decisions. Decisions demand sacrifice. You got to find that big why. You got to find the big difficult thing, that arduous thing that seems almost impossible to manage, that only you can manage, and sacrifice whatever needs to be sacrificed to make that goal a reality. Now, alignment sustains behavior when motivation disappears. Every long-term performer eventually loses motivation. You see these amazing basketball players, these people that are amazing in business, these people that are amazing speakers, these folks that are amazing YouTubers, people at the top of their field, they will lose motivation. But the thing that keeps them moving is the alignment, their routines, their standards, their identities, their systems. These operate without emotional negotiation. Motivation starts to change. Alignment maintains it. This is why elite performers obsess over structure instead of hype. This is what time I sleep every day, no matter what. These are the foods I eat, no matter what. I journal this way, no matter what. It's just creating that structure, that aligned structure, to move forward with ease. Now, motivation is your spark, alignment is the engine, systems are the transmission, and your identity is the driver. And all of these are needed to be able to move forward with speed. So that wraps up today's episode of the MITM Podcast. I hope you guys got some value from that. I'd love to know how you're aligning yourself for your dream life. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Peace.
Give them that creme de la creme whenever I spit that. Ain't no lose or draw when it's the only option. Till I'm balling like Stockton, I'm locked in.